I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Hello. This story was on my radar to read and react to for about a week. DMPCs have been discussed in my own personal campaign I'm running with my friends at the moment, so I thought I'd touch on that topic. So without further ado, DM makes an impossible encounter, DMPC appears out of nowhere and saves the party, by Reddit user BisexualTeleriGirl. That's awesome. Love the Tolkien reference to the Teleri elves. I was playing in an online D&D campaign at level 7. We had recently lost a player and were thus down to 3 players. We decided to take in another 2 to round out the party, and this story happened the first session we played with our new players. Party composition is as followed: Fighter, Cleric, Paladin, new player, Warlock, new player, and Druid, me. The party is travelling to a location we know the BBEG is keeping an important artifact at. Everything is going well until we get caught in a massive snowstorm. We can see quite literally only 5 feet in front of us. And lo and behold, we get attacked by something in the storm. Now, because the creature is using some sort of ranged attack, I think the DM said it was a tongue attack. Okay. Yoshi, anyone?
You stick your tongue out this far. Yoshi can.
Or maybe some bizarre hentai. We can't actually see the creature, so we can't really attack it. We ask the DM if we can hear it, but he says the storm is too loud. So we roll initiative, and even though we try, we can't really get anywhere with this monster. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that the DM has homebrewed up some monster, and he's doing the whole, you can't see it, it's attacking you out of nowhere, almost like Predator or one of those thriller sci-fi horror movies.
What the hell is wrong with you? There's something in those trees.
Then all of a sudden, my character takes 18d6 damage. No save whatsoever. Red flag, red flag, red flag. This is apparently because one of my magic items exploded. Yeah, wouldn't OP get some kind of warning, like the object is glowing and vibrating in their hands or in their backpack, and they've got like a certain amount of time to throw the item away? Maybe even a dex check to see how quick they are to get it out of their bag and throw it? That would make sense. This drops me instantly as my character's max HP had been reduced from 54 to 37 because of a nightmare hag. Fighter had also had his HP dropped from somewhere in the 80s to the 40s. The only people without dropped HP were Cleric, because she worshipped a god who protected her, which is weird because my druid also worshipped a god. And the new characters because they were, well, new. Wait, what? So because the cleric worshipped a god, this god protected the person from damage as well? Is this some kind of Deus Ex Machina? The god is going to intervene when cleric takes damage? Yeah, it sounds very odd. But alas, 18d6 instantly drops my druid, and was 1 point away from doing twice my max HP and just insta-killing me. Then afterwards, Fighter has the same thing happen, except it's 24d6, and thus Fighter drops to 0. What the hell? Is this a magical item as well, or is this the tongue monster in the mist? At this moment, we're all kind of thinking, what the hell is this encounter? Now I'm having thoughts like the tongue monster is like hitting their magical items with its tongue and causing them to explode. I don't know why I thought that. When the DM asks if we would like a certain blonde man to help us, this is referring to a DMPC with golden armor and blonde hair that the party has encountered before. Okay, so this sounds like the westernized stereotype of a superhero with blonde hair and rippling muscles. He's a real cocky guy that no one in the party, both in and out of character, likes. We've met this DMPC a few times earlier, where he basically just shown up and taunted us. Charming. The first time we met him, he actually killed my character with a breath weapon that did 48 damage. Which was my max HP at the time on a successful dex save. This DM sounds like he's got a thing against your character or you, like just having you killed mindlessly. Like, this is the second time you've died. Or unless he just doesn't care and kills indiscriminately depending on his mood. Yeah, this is another red flag. He hit me twice with his breast. He hit...
What were they like anyway? They look pretty good. Are they real? Are they built for speed or for comfort? What'd you do with them? Motorboat? You play the motorboat? You motorboating son of a bitch, you old sailor, you. Where is she? She's still in the house?
What is wrong with you?
He hit me twice with his breath weapon, and thus instantly killing me. The DMPC then casted True Resurrection on me and disappeared. The DM later told me it's because he felt bad for me, as I was newer to D&D at the time. Okay, yeah, let's play easy on the noob, but let's just obliterate all the other players, but then obliterates the noob twice. So the resurrection seems like the silk glove on a gauntlet backhand. Yeah, so kill your players, bring them back to life. Is this like a power trip or something? I'm surprised that these players just keep going with DMs like this. So if this was a pickup group, I would leave. They're strangers. Even if they were like co-workers or friends who just sort of got together and you found out that they were all terrible players and DMs. Why keep going? Why put yourself through this misery? Back to the fateful day, we plead to the DM not to bring in the DMPC, but he does it anyway. The DMPC instantly kills the monster, heals everyone, and dispels the snowstorm. Yeah, okay, I got a few things to say about this guy. I'll wait till the end. He also, for some reason, makes Fighter knocked out and invisible. And no matter how much detect magic I cast, we're not allowed to actually find Fighter. We're not allowed. It sounds like an adult and a child relationship here between the DM and the players. I later found out this DMPC is an overpowered anime character ported straight from an anime he came from. Oh god. This is like worse than the weeaboo from the last episode. At this point, we end the session and both our new players say that this isn't the right group for them, understandably. I asked to speak to the DM alone after the session and I asked what the hell that was and what we were supposed to do to win the encounter. He just kind of says variants of, I don't know, man, and I forgot to look at your guy's max HP and abilities when prepping. I heard Fighter chewed him out after the session too. I hope so. I'm glad someone else spoke out against this guy. He needs to be pulled up before this gets worse and he does it to another group. The good thing to come out of this is that we, the week after, started a new campaign with Fighter doing the DMing. Yeah, he sounds a little bit more level-headed and pulling up a bad DM shows sign that Fighter is probably someone who doesn't stand BS and lays it on the line, as he is very experienced with it, and so far we're having a great time. Warlock and Paladin even gave us another chance and joined the new game. Edit. After some googling, I found out that DMPC in question is Gilgamesh from Fate Zero. So... I looked up Gilgamesh from the anime Fate Zero, and it seems that this Golden Boy is a quintessential Uber Munchkin DMPC. The Dungeon Master obviously had him set to be the true hero of the game. He was able to kill and resurrect OP in the blink of an eye, save the party from the mysterious monster, and dispel the snowstorm just as easily as clicking his fingers. It is evident that a certain blonde man, is a real show pony, thunder-stealing, death-dealing piece of shit. His moral alignment seems confusing though, like the DM isn't sure he is Zenk Yendar or Gaston. However, let me take a moment to disconnect the DMPC from the actual DM. You can tell that his last, I don't know man, comment, that he was caught up in his own ideas for his story, and that he neglected to bring the focus back to who this game should really be about, the journey of the players. In the end, world building and creating NPCs can be fun, but if it sacrifices the fun of players and takes away their agency and their centerpiece in the plot, then all the cool creations you can make as a DM will be hollow and meaningless when the players decide to leave. This may be your story, but it is more importantly their story, their journey. I honestly feel the DM might not have been self-aware and conscious of this fact. A lot of new DMs who don't know the intricacies and social norms of the game tend to err on the story-obsessed side. I honestly think this is unintentional, mostly. Why, you ask? because I almost did this once. Yes, as a beginner DM, I created a DMPC I wanted my players to pilot, should they need that extra bit of help, that extra sword, that extra heal. But you know what? They didn't, and when they politely declined, I let it slide. It wasn't until later I realised how blindsided I was. In this situation, I would first take the DM aside and inform him/her that you, the players, are unitedly against the inclusion of a DMPC in the story. Explain how it steals agency from everyone and pulls the focus of the game away from the players, making the DMPC the hero of the piece. If you are non-confrontational and don't want to bring this up with the DM, then share this video. Alternatively, you should leave. But it's always best to first try and prevent bad habits that will end up causing them to be featured on a D&D horror story Reddit thread or a YouTube video. Thanks for listening, and I will be dropping another video hopefully a day or two from now, and it will be my mass combat one, which I've been holding off for a while. I also have another video coming out on my campaign settings gnome race. I was inspired by one of Pointy Hat's recent videos and I thought I'd share mine. I actually lean into the stereotypes of the gnome with heavy focus on their fungal technologies, as odd as that sounds. But until then...
Yoga frame!